Hi and welcome to class today. Today we're going to be doing a happy hips and hamstring flow. It is a vinyasa flow, so just keep that in mind. We're going to stay nice and warm. It's also going to lead us to the splits, kind of. If you don't have your splits, it won't necessarily take you there, but it's just the idea of kind of slowly integrating the splits into your practice. I recommend having 2 blocks or block substitutes, something that you can put a lot of weight into that won't be too wobbly. And to start our practice in a comfortable seated position. Bringing yourself into a comfortable seated position, you can make your space as inviting as you'd like. You could maybe burn some incense, maybe you want to bring in a cushion or a block under your hips, and then we can slowly close down the eyes, shoulders away from the ears, and find your moment here in the space that you are existing in, taking away from all the physical things going around you and solely coming onto the mat and really taking your time to tune into the body, taking a nice long inhale and a lovely long exhale. Keeping long breaths throughout the practice. Just a couple more. And then you can slowly open up the eyes. From here, think about shoulders over hips. We're going to come into some gentle cat-cows, breathing it in, rolling the shoulders back, puffing out the chest and looking up. Exhale, roll the shoulders forward, spine comes towards the back of the room, tuck through the chin. Inhale, open it up, breathe it in. Exhale, shoulders come forward, tuck through the chin. Slowly roll the shoulders back, open up the chest. Exhale, roll it forward. Hands will come over the knees a little bit more, straighten up through the arms. And exhale, then through the elbows, chest comes through, head comes up. Couple more just like that. Maybe you're taking your time in your own breath, finding that flow through. Slowly lifting up, shoulders away from the ears. Then the feet are going to come forward. They're going to plant quite wide forward, and we're going to try and keep shoulders and hips facing towards the front of the mat, and the knees are going to drop down towards the right side. So you might find the knees don't make it onto the floor if you try and keep your hips up, but you should find a good stretch by trying to keep those hips facing forward. And then bring it the way. Take it through, and then the other way. Just a couple more. You find you kind of shift forward on the mat, which is fine. And if it's too much to have the arms up, bring them either side of you or use your blocks. One more round, bring it up and through, and other side. And then slowly bring it up. We're going to bring them a little bit closer together, and we'll bring the right leg over the left thigh to open up the hip for a pigeon. But if you need to, you can also lengthen out through the left leg. You don't have to have it as close as mine. And then you want to push the knee away and find the stretch in the hip. Inhale here, exhale. Get nice and tall through the spine still. Don't feel like you need to collapse over the leg. And then switch it over. Place the left ankle onto the right thigh and open the hip. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more, inhale. And exhale, slowly bring the foot up and over, and we're going to rock the feet back round behind us to come into a all fours position. tuck through the right toes and really begin to press back through the legs so you can feel into hamstrings, into the back of the calf as well. Feel that leg get nice and long, like the heel's trying to plant towards the floor. It's not going to make it there, but we can get that good stretch. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly lift through the leg and lift the foot up towards the sky like you're trying to press it up into an imaginary ceiling. You're going to feel the other glute get engaged, and we're going to slowly find circles through the knee so that the hip is making those big circles around one direction. So the knee is going to tap to the right knee is going to tap to the left knee, and then send it up. Bring it round, and then send it up. 4, and then one more. 5, straighten out through the leg, get nice and long. We're going to bring the foot over towards the right side, tap the toe, and then up and over towards the left side, crossing over the left leg, make that leg nice and long, and then shift up and over, tap the toe. Inhale, exhale, tap the toe, crossing over left leg, lift it up. Exhale, tapping the toe. You'll feel that opposite glute get nice and active, which is a good thing. And then slowly bring it up and over, placing it onto the right side. You're going to slowly lean back into the hips. And you might find that you can only kind of go to one place where that hip is still quite over the knee, or you might slowly find you rock it a little bit further back and the hips try and meet towards the heel. Rock it forward. Send it back, rock it forward, and then send it back. See if the hips do meet with the heel, and see if you can weigh down through the forehead. If they don't, that's fine. Stay here. There's nothing wrong with staying here, feeling that stretch. Inner thigh should be stretching, and you'll also feel the quad stretch. Breathe it in and breathe out. One more. Inhale. Exhale, send it forward and slowly bring this foot all the way forward, planting it in between the fingers. We're going to wiggle that front forward. Now, this is where you may want to start using blocks. And you can have your hands on blocks as you pick up through the toes, straighten up the front leg, and find your half splits. Now, you don't have to have blocks. And you can also have them on whatever setting you want. And you can also just have one block if you only have one block. So the fingertips on either side of the leg, breathe it in, fold over the leg, exhale, send it forward, low lunge. Really feel into the hips. Inhale, exhale, send it back. Inhale, place that weight onto that front foot again, lift the gaze. Exhale, send it back. Inhale, shift it forward. Exhale, send it back. One more. Inhale, shift it forward. Exhale, send it back. Maybe you weigh over the leg a little bit more. Hand can come to the foot. You can try and bring forearms down. Feel into the hamstring a little. Breathe it in. And breathe out slowly. Weight shifts into that front leg. See how long the stance is now. So because you've lengthened this stance, you can even lengthen it a little bit more. You're going to find that your knee over your ankle is like your knee is very parallel to your ankle. And you're weighing over that front leg. Try and bring forearm to the thigh and push up through the torso. This is quite tricky. I'm going to add a little bit onto it too. So we're going to see if we can bring the left hand over towards the left foot and then see if we can lift up through the left foot. That's quite a big hamstring curl. So just see how you get on and then slowly bring the heel of the left foot towards the bum. So then you should get that really good quad stretch. Inhale here. Exhale, watch out for that front knee. Make sure it's going over front ankle. Inhale. Exhale. There's good stretching going on hip and the quads. Inhale and exhale. We're going to slowly lower that back foot even. And then slowly lower our hands down. And then from there, step that front foot all the way back. into your all fours position. We'll do the other side. Stretching out that left leg this time. Feel into the calf, the back of the leg, the hamstring. Slowly lift through the leg and bend through the knee, making a right angle. Open the hip and then slowly send it round. Tap the knee, send it up. Keep going. A little pop. A little pop, a little crackle. A little pop might happen in the hip, especially if this is morning time for you. One more time. And then bring it round other way. And then when you're ready, lengthen out through the leg, get nice and long. And then we're going to bring the foot all the way around to the left side, tap the toe, bring it up and over to the right side, crossing over the right leg. Bring it up, over, tap the toe, bring it up and over, cross the leg. One more time, bring it up and over left side, up and over right side. Feel that right glute really nice and active. And then from there, you're going to lift it all the way back up and over towards the left. Maybe get a little bit longer in that left side and slowly way back the hip towards the heel. Again, rock it forward, send it back. Feel into the inner thigh. And then maybe you send it back all the way this time. You can rock it forward if you'd like. Maybe the forearms come down into this kind of like half child's pose. Breathe it in. Low, way down through the forehead. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly lift back up. And then we want to place this foot to the side all the way forward for our low lunge. Wiggle it forward, and again, find your blocks if you need them. You're going to pick up through the toes, straighten out through the leg, look towards the toe, and you fold over towards the shin. Inhale here, exhale, send it forward into that low lunge, feel into the back hip. Exhale, send it back. Inhale, bring it forward. Exhale, send it back. One more time, bring it forward. Exhale, send it back. And then from there, bring it, and then from there, as you send it back, your leg really straightens and the hands can come towards the floor. Flex the toe. We get it nice and active through the leg. You'll feel that hamstring a little bit more. Breathe it in, breathe out. Slowly shift the weight forward, forearm to the thigh, and then you're going to bring this right hand towards right foot. Maybe the foot then curls up off the floor. And a good way of thinking about the knee is there's like a squishy part of your knee, and you want to bring more of the weight onto the squishy part rather than the knee cap. So you can kind of wiggle the knee away a little bit more, find that squishy part, and so then you're more comfortably lifting through the foot and finding the weight onto the knee. Breathe it in, breathe it out. Try and bring heel towards bum. Inhale, exhale, you've got it. One more, inhale, exhale. Slowly lower the back foot, don't let it ping away. And then you want to bring the foot to frame. You want to bring the hands to frame the front foot, tuck through the back toe, step it back to downward facing dog. Or releasing through the spine, maybe shaking out the head. And then from there, lift through the right leg and find some circles through the right big toe. I don't mind if the hips kind of come out of an alignment, as long as you're finding a little bit more movement. And then find it other way. They can be big, they can be small, they can be slow, they can be fast. Then hug the knee towards the heart center and place the foot in between or behind the hands. Come onto the fingertips, look up, inhale, exhale, hands lift up into your high lunge. Breathe it in, Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale, plant the back heel, maybe step it a little bit close to the front leg, but your hips are still facing the front of the mat. Again, you may want blocks here. If you have one block, that's fine. If you have two blocks, that's great. Either way, hands can come to the waist, and we're going to fold over that front leg. That's staying nice and straight. Feel into the hamstrings. Hands come down towards the blocks. Breathe it in. Crown of the head beams up to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold over. Pyramid pose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Sometimes you can slowly try and find hands towards the floor. If that isn't suiting you, stay on the blocks. Wherever your hands come to, we're going to have a little bend into that front knee, and you're shifting the weight forward into the front foot. We're going to pick up through the back toe, point through the toes. It lifts up, lifts into a standing splits. Fold over the front leg a little bit more. Maybe your hands to the floor, to the blocks. Breathe it in, breathe it out. Lift up a little bit higher, try and even out the hips. Inhale, exhale, tuck the chin, fold over the leg a little bit more, lift that back leg, point it, straighten it away from you. Inhale, exhale, slowly, bring that back foot all the way to meet with the front foot, fold over the legs, become heavy into a forward fold. The legs can be quite straight to keep those hamstrings warm and heavy, and keep those hamstrings warm and stretched. Breathe it in. And breathe it out. Not pop the blocks out the way unless you need them, and walk, step or jump back into your plank, chaturanga, dandasana, upward facing Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing. Let it go, let it go. Let it go through the shoulders, feel into the hamstrings. Inhale and exhale, lift through the left foot, point through the toe. Find those big circles, keep the neck nice and straight, nice and strong through the leg, and change. Hug the knee in towards the chest, place the foot in between or behind the hands, come onto the fingertips. Breathe it in. Breathe it out, lift it up. Find your high lunge, inhale here, and exhale. Shoulders away from the ears, inhale, and exhale. Plant through the back heel, straighten through the front leg. You may want blocks. We're going to come forward, really elongate the spine, keep those hips facing forward, pyramid pose. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Maybe those blocks come back in if you want them for your standing splits. Bend through that front knee, pick up through the back toes, standing splits. A little challenging as well. You can bring one hand to the leg and then maybe the other one as well. Don't know if that's going to happen with me. Pick up through the back foot a little bit more. Inhale, exhale. You've got to inhale and exhale. Place that back foot all the way forward. Find your fold over the legs. Move the blocks out the way if you need to, and then walk, step or jump back into your plank or chaturanga dandasana. You can do 8-limb and cobra rather than upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. The right knee is going to come forward and the shin is going to place onto the floor for your pigeon pose. Walk the back knee out and fold over the leg to feel into the hip a little bit more so that the forearms come down. Maybe the forehead comes down. And from here, when we lift up, we're going to come back onto our hands and we're going to turn through our glutes. So they place them to the floor. The knee might lift up and that's okay. Just make sure the glutes are firmly on the floor, and then bring hand to shin, ankle or big toe. Lift through the opposite hand, look up towards the thumb. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, And exhale, bring it back around, and we're going to slowly find ourselves coming back into our downward facing dog. Send it back, downward facing dog. Bring the left knee forward, shin to the floor, find your pigeon. Walk that right foot, right leg back. Inhale here, exhale, fold over the leg, forearm to the floor. Way into the hips. You can always pop a block under the left hip. If it feels like you're going too much into the right, we want to get our nervous system used to squaring off the hips. Breathe it in, let it go. Inhale, exhale. One more time, inhale, and exhale. Plant through the hands. We're going to turn through the hips to find glutes onto the floor. This time, slowly bring right hand to shin, ankle, or side of the foot. Inhale, bring it up, bring it overhead. Open through the chest, side body stretch. Breathe it in, breathe it out. You should feel it in the hips too. Inhale, exhale. One more, inhale. And exhale, slowly lift it up. We're going to come through to the front of the mat again. Turn the back toes and send it back downward facing. From here, lift through the right leg and step it forward again. This time we're going straight into that pyramid, but the back heel might be off the floor. We're then going to wiggle that back foot out, wiggle the front foot out. No easy way of coming into splits. Find the blocks, either hand though, and you can push through the blocks as you lift front foot forward, back foot back, and way down through the hips. Take a good breath in, good breath out. Wiggle the back foot a little bit more. Make sure you feel like you're turning your hips as much as you can towards the front of the mat. Maybe you sit up a little bit more. Maybe one hand comes off, maybe both hands come off. See, I can slowly way down through the hips, but I don't feel pain. It's just discomfort. The key is to breathe it in, breathe it out. Get the nervous system more used to it. Inhale, exhale. This one block is going to come underneath my thigh. I'm going to really push into the block. Get a little bit more activation in it. Inhale, exhale. One more. Inhale. You've got it. Exhale. Block comes back, push through the blocks and slowly bring that right leg all the way back to the back of the mat. You're going to bring your hands off the blocks. Hands come forward, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Lift through the left leg and then step the left foot forward, behind, in between the thumbs. Longer pyramid pose. That back heel is off the floor. You push into the blocks, place the front foot forward. Back foot slowly comes back and slowly send it a little bit further back. Way down through the hips. Lift through the chest. Inhale. Exhale. If you know me at the moment, I am working on my splits, so you're kind of seeing it in real action right now. You're going to slowly try and bring the back of the leg down towards the block a little bit more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. See if you can push into that block. And then slowly bring it up and push back into the block. Step it back, downward facing dog or child's pose. Slowly come onto the back and hug the knees in towards the chest. Maybe find rocks either side. That's it, taking your time. Left leg goes out long, right leg stretches up towards the sky, pull through the feet, and then the knee can come up and over towards the left side, and right hand can come to the left side, to the right side. Right arm can go to the right side. You can look over towards that right arm, just finding a nice twist in the spine, breathing it in. You'll feel it into the glute as well. Exhale. One more, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift it up. Foot comes down. Leg lifts up and over towards the right side this time. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Become heavy in the leg. You can look over towards the opposite shoulder. Try and make sure that shoulder stays planted on the floor. And then slowly lift through the leg and weigh both knees down towards the floor, both feet down towards the floor. Shoulders plant, hands plant, and just let go. From there, you can slowly bring knees towards chest, hug it in, And then bring the knees over towards one side and rock all the way up to a comfortable seated position. Hands can meet at the heart center. Thank you for letting me guide your practice. The light in me sees the light in you. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. And I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.